Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Today's story guide comes out of Nicholasville, Kentucky. And the title reads, New Details Shed Light on What Led to Deadly Nicholasville Apartment Shooting. Before we get into this, if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the story. That's all I ask. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Now, whether Kentucky's stand your ground law is involved in a deadly shooting Thursday in Nicholasville. Kylie Hill has more in our top story at 6:30.
I heard screaming, and then I heard sounded like gunshot bullets applied.
A deadly shooting inside a Nicholasville apartment Thursday. Police say 31-year-old James Milton died. His mother, Samantha Milton, was also shot. She was treated and released. Investigators say both Milton and the suspect, 24-year-old Raekwon Scott, lived at the same apartment complex. Scott told police Milton tried to force his way inside, something witnesses backed up. Officers say Milton had argued with his girlfriend the night before. His mother came to get him the morning of the shooting. While leaving, he saw his girlfriend walk into Scott's home. He allegedly kicked the door, trying to get in.
There were a number of witnesses. This is a densely populated residential area. We collected a number of witness statements.
Police say Scott fired, hitting Milton, and say his mother was hit by accident. So far, no charges have been filed, sparking questions about whether Kentucky's stand your ground law could come into play.
Just because someone hasn't been charged or whatever it may be doesn't mean that that's some final conclusion of things. Investigations sometimes on things like this take a long time.
Okay, here we go again. I should start with this. The only reason that this guy went back into the apartment is because he saw the girlfriend go in, and obviously the roommate is still there. We don't know if he was sleeping with her. We don't know, but obviously he's gonna feel some type of way. But see, what happened also is when he went inside and they had their altercation, even his own mother was caught in the crossfire. This is so unfortunate that this man lost his life, okay? And I do not rejoice in this, okay? I don't. But I celebrate that the man that was inside was able to defend himself. It's to be happy and sad at the same time. Okay? He stood his ground. He protected himself. Case closed. And this young man who decided he wanted to go in there and prove how much of a badass he was and be good for his lady, look what it ended up. Okay? And the other part of this is obviously the legal battle on whether or not the self-defender will be charged. This is something that every self-defender has to go through. Sometimes departments will tell you for a fact, hey, you won't be charged. And then some let it linger. In some cases, guys, I'm talking it can linger for a year or two before they decide to come and bring charges. And I think that's terrible. You know, they should just be able to tell you, hey, you're good to go. You know, and then in the meantime, they'll take your weapon and keep it and hold it, and you have no idea when it's going to come back. All right. But anyway, what is also evident in here is that there were multiple witnesses. So hopefully, they should give this guy some relief and let him know he's like, hey, you're good to go. Okay. Anyway, let's hear the rest of the story.
Defense attorney Randy O'Neill has handled several stand your ground cases. He says they aren't always cut and dry.
I've had cases where there's been, just because you exercise your right in a stand your ground situation, doesn't mean that you don't have to take appropriate precautions not to endanger others around you. For instance, if there's other houses across the street, you can't just go blindly firing.
The Kentucky law was created in 2006. While it allows the use of deadly force, the situation must be especially dire and the danger must be immediate for any action to be taken.
It's a very gray area. People think it's just cut and dry, but it's not. There's a lot of factors that come into play.
Nicholasville police say the investigation is still underway. Kylie Hill, Fox News 6 News.
You know, the reason why this detective or this lawyer is saying what he's saying, it's true. What I really can't stand and what really always upsets me is how slow the hand of justice is. And it is very slow, ladies and gentlemen. And this could prevent this man from moving, or let's say he does move from the state. If they decide to bring charges, he's got to come back. It's something that it always upsets me. We live in a litigious society. In some ways, that's a good thing. In some ways, it's bad. Okay, but this man defended himself. He had to do it. And on this channel, we're going to highlight him as a hero for defending himself. And in order to defend yourself, you have to be bold. You have to be self-confident. You have to be brave. And without these qualities, if these qualities did not exist in individuals, there would be no good guys.